Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How's it going, guys? How's your weekend? You guys ready for today's show? I think I am. Hey guys, what's going on? Good afternoon. Welcome to hashtag TNT JoeFi Tech News that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. I am your host, Jerome Ortega. Today is something in quarantine. I forgot how I usually do it, but anyway, hello, how's it going? Oh, that's what I meant. This is episode something because I forgot and blah blah blah. You guys know how that goes. Anyway, hi. Hi. Sorry. I'm like trying to set up here and making sure I got everything. How was your weekend? You guys do anything fun or special or exciting? I didn't do a ton, I don't think. I am, for those that don't know, I am in preparation for my move. I am moving back to Chicago by this Saturday. I'm actually picking up the keys this Thursday, so I'm super excited. I guess I should bring this up as well. So because I'm moving, I might not stream on Thursday, but for sure I won't be streaming on Friday. If anything, I'll try to put maybe a video together that will like post at 2 p.m. so you guys have something to watch or listen to, so it doesn't seem like there's an empty void. But I'm thinking of how that's going to go, because I'm just like in the middle of 8 million things right now, and I have like 8 million other things to do. But anyway, I hope all of you had a good weekend. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to go into chat and say hi to everyone, and then we'll get into tech news. So let me scroll up here. Brian was first this time, and you broke someone's streak. Who is in a row for first? Anyway, Brian, what's going on? Let's go. Levin in here. Time to get it. What's up? What's going on? Brian, Levin, welcome. Kate is in here as well. Kate, very nice to see you. Appreciate you trying to push support. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, like button. Thank you all. Thank you everybody for the support. And then Levin with the dollar super chat, always supporting that way as well. Thank you, Levin. Thank you for the extra support. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Paul says, did you step on Legos again there? You know what? I need some Legos. Actually, I do have some Legos of the Sears Tower here in Chicago. I have like a one of the Lego sets for a Chicago one. Anyway, Tony is in here as well. Egos, what's going on, Tony? Big House Productions. Hey, what's going on, Big House? All right, let me scroll down here. Tony says, my Mint Mobile SIM is being delivered today. Yay. Actually, I just saw an article on Android Central, I think. I didn't pull that up. I think the question was, can you use 5G on Mint Mobile? Tony, can you answer that question for me? Can you use 5G on Mint Mobile? Will that allow you to do that? Are you able to use those same towers? I'm assuming you could, unless they've done something where you're not able to. Anyway, Big House says, hey, Jerome, stream. What's going on, guys? Hamed is in here. Hamed Al-Shamsi, finally in time for this again. Hamed, I haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. It's been a minute for sure. Glad you could make it. Okay. Oh, that's why. That's right. I forgot. Tony was talking about how he was paying $81 for AT&T, which is crazy that you're paying $81. I need to budget better. Yes, you need to totally budget better. If any of you, let me say this, if any of you are paying over like 50 or 60, I don't know, 50 is still a lot. I mean, 40 is still a lot. If any of you are paying over $50 for your individual line on your mobile carrier, you really need to look and see what else is out there. If you guys need help with that, please let me know. This is actually something that maybe I should spend some time with one day and talk about what options you have, because $81 is a little ridiculous at this point. You guys should be paying. We should talk about saving money, especially because I'm moving. I have all these ideas planned, but yeah, now that I'm moving and I gotta like just pay for everything and like I'm running on a limited budget, I think we should all talk about buckling down and saving money and making sure we put our money where it needs to go properly. Anyway, Kate says I was first. No, you weren't. Brian was first. I'm pretty sure. Kate says, Jerome, thank you for talking tech to the rest of us. Anytime. That's what I'm here for. All right. Oddweight is in here as well. What's up, Jerome? What's up, Oddweight? Nice to see you. Oddweight Sharma. Glad you could make it. Okay. So let me go back down here. Kate says, I have Verizon and have unlimited. Kate, how much are you paying for Verizon and unlimited? Because of all the carriers, Verizon is, I think, if you average it out, I think Verizon is the most expensive when it comes to your phone as far as carriers. I'm curious. I mean, I know that you probably, I'm assuming you probably share your line with your husband, right? So I'm assuming it's a combined bill, but I'm wondering how much you pay after taxes. I mean, you don't have to share if you don't want to. I'm not trying to like put you on the spot here, but I'm curious how much you pay. Yeah, just like, if Kate doesn't know this, I've said this to many people before. My phone bill after taxes per line is $21, and I think it's 23 cents, but it's no more than $21.50 per person on my line. Okay, let me scroll back down here. Big House says no way, $45 with my primary line. There you go. Oddway says, yo, Jerome, are you into laptops? I am, actually. I just don't have the money for them right now. The laptop I'm currently running is an old MacBook Pro. It's a 2015. But before that, I had an XPS 13 and an XPS 15. I do like the XPS line. If I had money, I would spend more time doing laptops and reviewing that stuff. But because I don't want to spend that much money, I just use a custom-built PC. I have this PC that I built, I think 3 or 4 years ago at this point. I think I spent $2,500 building it. I do have a video on that on my YouTube channel if you ever want to check that out. Okay. So let me scroll down here. Kate, $180. Is that for one? Please tell me that's at least 2 lines, Kate. That's $90 per person regardless. That's so expensive. Kate, I can help you lower your bill because that's too much money. for a phone bill. Imagine all the people we can help, guys, who are spending way too much money for their phone bill. Deepak Murthy is in here. Hey, Jerome, what's going on, Deepak? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Okay, let's go ahead and let's get started. Kate's saying 2 lines, $90 a line, Kate. Yeah, we can save you some money there. So let's go ahead and let's get started. We're going to talk about, well, what we have, or at least what I have titled here. We're going to talk about the Pixel 4a and possibly the Pixel 4a XL, which might be the Pixel 4a 5G. But this article from SlashGear is talking about the Pixel 4a leaked launch date will be cutting it close. Google isn't having a good year as far as its Pixel phones go. Sure, it may have surprisingly sold more the OnePlus last year than OnePlus last year, but it is hardly indicative of the health of what should be the shining example of the Android platform as presented by Google. Right. Google should have had this Pixel 4a out, what, 2 months ago, 2+ months ago, and they've been, I don't know what they've been doing since then, just holding off for a while. Oops, sorry. And really, they just, I don't know. Apparently, this phone is going to be coming out sooner than, or at least we have a date confirmed, kind of, maybe, possibly. So it says here, almost a quarter overdue, the Pixel 4a might finally have a launch date, but even the choice of that date feels questionable. The Pixel 3a launched in May last year, and so that's when we assumed the Pixel 4a would launch this year, sometime in May. I understand with the pandemic, everything is changing and things are getting delayed, but it's almost August and we still haven't heard anything about this Pixel 4a. So it says here, the Pixel 4a would have launched on that month as well. The world, unfortunately, is far from normal, and it was not unthinkable that the Pixel 4a would be delayed. It was, however, disappointing to realize it's already delayed by 2 months. It could have been worse, with some rumors pointing to an October launch alongside the Pixel 5. And I think that's the worst case scenario here. Out of anything, the latest that this phone would launch would probably be sometime in October. Nobody wants that. I don't think anybody wants that. Unless you're hard pressed for money and you don't have the money for a Pixel 4a right now, then yeah, maybe October is fine for you. But I think for the rest of the world, a lot of us want to see that Pixel 4a yesterday, the other day, last week, last month. We've been waiting for this phone. I've been waiting for this phone, especially if it comes out at a $350 price point. But I'm going to talk about that in a second as well. So to continue on here, so that, of course, would have made the Pixel 4a immediately obsolete, considering the Pixel 5 is believed to at least have the same Snap 765G processor. Well, that depends on price. Now, at least there's word that the cheaper Pixel will be coming in less than 2 weeks. August 3rd is the final date that John Processor has given, the first Monday of the month. It's also 2 days before Samsung's Unpacked 2020 event. And then this Samsung Unpacked 2020 event is when they'll be debuting the Galaxy Note 20. By the way, is anyone getting a Galaxy Note 20, or is it on their radar at all? Just curious. The two target different audiences and tiers, of course, but that date almost ensures that the Pixel 4a will be immediately buried under a month or under a mountain of Samsung related coverage. That's also true. Processor does pose the more serious question at this point in time, especially after the OnePlus Nord's announcement. The Pixel 4a may have already lost part of its appeal. I'm going to get into all of this in a second. Then again, no phone other than the late Essential has ever matched the Pixel's speed and Android updates, but that advantage may have become almost negligible considering the growing list of hardware issues that Google's phones have exhibited over the years and generations. So a lot of this, there are a lot of points to put out here. And a lot of this article is actually, I feel like this article was pretty well done because Google put itself in this situation. None of us here know, unless people know someone that works at Google and they're getting insider whatever, or if somebody's watching this and they work for Google and they know how all of this works. But I think all of us feel very similarly. Google shot themselves in the foot. They did this to themselves, delaying the Pixel 4a when they could have released it sometime in May or maybe even June. If they released it in early June, maybe, things would have been different. But we have to think about what's happened here. So people were waiting for this Pixel 4a. It didn't come. And then the iPhone SE came out, the 2020 iPhone SE, which, yes, it's not an Android phone, but it is a cheap new iPhone that has the fastest, processor in it, that has an actually really good camera. I also have videos on that if any of you would like to check those out. I have camera comparisons against the Pixel 4, against uh, the iPhone 11 Pro, right? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, that phone came out at a $400 price point, and it pretty much ate up that market in that $400 price point. Still, no Pixel 4a. I mean, I would have loved if it came out a couple weeks later and said, hey, we want to compete too. Here is our $350. Here is our $400 phone in an Android version that can compete, but that didn't happen. And then now, was it last week? Sometime last week, the OnePlus Nord came out. Well, in India specifically, at a under $400 price point, the OnePlus Nord came out. And this was their version of a mid-range or $400-ish phone that could compete in that market. And so now iPhone SE, OnePlus Nord, and now the Pixel 4a wants to be in this race, or maybe it wants to be in this race, or maybe it won't. Maybe it'll still come out in October for whatever reason. Either way, it's a little late. It's so there's still a market for it. There is still going to be a market for the Pixel 4a. Someone like me is still waiting for this phone. Someone like me will still purchase this phone if I have the money. I still want to dive into this phone and see what it's capable of. The main reasons people are still waiting for this phone, I think there are three main reasons here. One, it's I'm trying to put the camera here. One, it's a Google phone, right? You're going to get a pure Google experience. You're going to get stock Android. You're not going to have any kind of skins on it. Two, the camera. The camera at this price point will rival pretty much, I think, any other phone at this price point. The iPhone SE will give it a good run for its money, but I believe the Pixel 4a will still have the better camera than the iPhone SE. Will it have a better camera than the Nord? Most certainly. I'm pretty sure the iPhone SE probably has a better camera than the OnePlus Nord. It's too bad that I don't have every phone in the world and I don't have unlimited pockets, because then I would just buy all of these and test them out and then give you my personal opinion on it. I had a third point. Oh, the third point of getting a Pixel 4a is the fact that you're going to get updates, like Slash Gear pointed out here. You're going to get updates for Android quicker than any other phone. And you can get it at a great price. My hope is that this phone will still price at $350. My hope is that you can get a Pixel 4a if it comes out August 3rd, which would be excellent. Pixel 4a, Snapdragon 730 chipset, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs, excellent camera, $350. Let's hope $350, because I feel at this point, if they really want to compete now, if they want to beat the iPhone SE, go ahead and undercut that. Oh man, I think I said the wrong word there. Go ahead and undercut the price at $350. That's how you're going to get some sales out of this phone. For sure. I do have another article that I want to continue on, and I'm not going to go entirely through this, but this article is saying leaker John Processor is, quote, 100% confident of imminent Google Pixel 4a release date. So it says here, while May 12th was likely the original release date for the 4a, John Processor is now 100% on a new date. Okay, so I mean, it looks like we're going to be seeing it in, what is it, a week? Today's the 27th. Oh yeah, exactly next Monday. Let's hope. Oh, by next Monday, I'll be in my new apartment. So you're going to have a completely new background here. Okay, so it says here, John Processor has reiterated a claim he made last month that Google will release the Pixel 4a on August 3rd. Processor, who runs FPT YouTube channel, rose to prominence earlier this year following his accurate leaks about the new iPhone SE. However, his streak came to an abrupt end last month. That's a weird way to word that. With his claim that Apple would rebrand iOS as iPhone OS. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? Um, Rebrand iOS as iPhone OS. I kind of like iPhone OS better. That kind of makes, I don't know. I also feel, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I know we're talking about naming conventions here, but I wish, I've said this many times, I wish they would just drop the number at the end of phones. So instead of a Pixel 4 and a Pixel 5 and a Pixel 6, they would say 2019 Pixel, 2020 Pixel, 2021 Pixel. I wish they would do that. That would make so much more sense. It would be like cars, right? You know, you don't say this is the Honda Accord 32. I don't know how many years the Accord has been around for, but you know what I'm saying? They don't say this is the Toyota Corolla 53. I don't think the Corolla has been around for 53 years, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I feel like a model year number would be better in terms of that. I know I'm going off topic here. So, based on past leaks and certification agency listings, the 4A is believed to have a 3100, 3140 milliamp hour battery, 6 gigs of RAM, 730G chipset, 128 gigs of internal storage. The only question is, how much is this phone going to be priced at? $350 is the price point I want. I guess this also begs a question. What about the Pixel 4a 5G? I've talked about this Friday. I talked about the Pixel 4a 5G Friday. I've talked about the Pixel 4a 5G in the past, but the Pixel 4a 5G would have a bigger display. It would have the Snapdragon 765G chipset that you would be finding in the Pixel 5. It might have an extra camera on there, maybe an ultra wide or a telephoto. And then it would also be capable of 5G. Bigger battery, better stuff. I would rather buy that one, to be honest with you. I would rather buy a Pixel 4a 5G over a Pixel 4a, but I guess that also depends on the price and depends on what kind of specs it has. But I'm excited for the Pixel 4a. I mean, I'm not I can at least put it to test with my Pixel 4, which ran out of battery today, but I haven't used it in a minute. I was actually going to talk about a story here. I might do that a little later. Anyway, I'm going to go back into chat here and say hi to everyone else because I know I'm sure I missed a lot of other people. But let me scroll back up here. Okay, so let me see. Levin says 180. Good Lord, Kate, I feel for you. Kate says, what should it be? Kate, I really think if you're for anyone who just came in, Kate said that she pays $180 for her phone bill for 2 lines. I really think you shouldn't be paying anything more than $50 per line, and even that is still a little up there. I know I pay 21 after taxes, and I know that I have like a special deal because I'm grandfathered in. I have a friend who's a firefighter, and so I get another discount on top of that. But I know that there are deals out there that you can get for a phone for under $50, under $40 even. And I know there are some other ones like Visible that's $25 a line. We can talk, Kate. We can talk. Deepak says, I recently got an HP Envy X360 with an AMD Ryzen 4500U. Awesome beast. I'll take a look at that. I've heard of the Envy line, but I don't know too much about that. I would love to test laptops out. I really would. They're very expensive and I don't have that kind of like influencer power to like be like, HP, give me a laptop right now. And we know how my track record is when I get phones. I never get another one from a company after that. Look at that. Oddweight is saying, well, I'm paying $20 for 60 gigs on 2 SIMs. That's ridiculous. That's so cheap. That's super cheap. Big House says, I still order the Pixel 4a. Oh, you're still going to order the Pixel 4a, but it depends on the price. Let's hope it's $350. Let's hope it's $350. I just got a super chat. I'm going to scroll down to that in a minute. Let me just go through this here real quick. But Adweight says, but data where I live is super cheap. That is super cheap. That's a great price. Brian also says it should be at most $50 a line. And I think a lot of people in here would probably agree with what I said, what Brian said, but you can find cheaper options. Just depends what you need, like international service, hotspot, etc. That's also very true. I mean, Kate, if you're just using regular domestic and maybe making I don't know if you make international calls as well, but there are so many other options right now for international. You don't have to use your phone. Just like get on Skype, get on Zoom, get on whatever. Like there's a lot of options out there. Levin says Google is so late to the game. They are. Kate says I stream videos and it eats up the data. I mean, if you're, I would imagine, Kate, you're at home at this point, so you can use Wi-Fi and just stream, and that wouldn't be eating up any of the data. There are still plans there that I don't think you would get to that point. Senor, and I am not going to say, hey, Senor, nice to see you again. What up, Jerome? What up, man? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. Adwait says, to be honest, I was excited for the Nord. I mean, in a lot of ways, I'm still excited for the Nord. I wish the Nord was here in the US. I wish it was priced, like at $400. I would love to get my hands on the Nord. I would love to test it out. I have an article on the Nord a little later, and I really want to get into that. Oh, God, I don't know if I'm going to have time. Anyway, we'll see. So, I would still love to test that phone if I could. Adway says, but it's plastic. I mean, yeah, I think at that price, you're going to get a lot of plastic ish phones, but Oddweight, I would argue that at that price point, at the $400 price point, their build quality is probably going to be better than what the Pixel 4a is going to be. Is it going to be better than the iPhone SE? No, but the iPhone SE is a very, very outdated phone, even though it's a $400 price point. So there's that. but I understand. I know what you're saying. Hamed says John Processor just confirmed that it'll be released on the 3rd of August, and apparently review units have been shipped and an embargo date is set. Oh, well, there you go. Why didn't Google give me a review unit? Google, why didn't you give me one? You gave me a you gave me a Pixel 3. What happened? Did you not like what I had to say about your phones? Yeah, I could see that. That makes sense. I could see that. Solwonk John Processor. That's his name. I've been pronouncing it properly, have I not? Solwonk, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. So let's see here. Big House Note 20. Me? You're not getting a Note 20? No one's going to be spending $1,000 on a Note 20. Oddweight says, I wanted to upgrade to the Note 20 Ultra from the Note 10 Plus, but Jerome has made me fiscally prudent. I'm trying to let people know that, like, I mean, how can I be fiscally prudent when I don't even have it on me. I have my P40 Pro Plus that I spent $1,300 on. So I'm kind of a hypocrite when it comes to that. Team Varai is in the building, is in the stream. What's going on, Team Varai? Hey, everyone. Good afternoon. What's going on, Team Varai? Nice to see you. Welcome. Okay, Brian says, I have a Note 10 Plus also. I don't see enough change to drop that type of money. Yep, I don't blame you guys. I don't blame you. All right, so let me scroll down here. Oddway says, yes, Brian, although Samsung broke my phone with the latest update, YouTube is lagging now. That's no good. Why would that happen? Is that something that they know? I don't know. Okay, let me scroll down. Sorry, guys, I'm not going to get to everything today. There's just I have a lot of stories in here too, so I want to try to get to as much as I can. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Team Verizon says $350 is a good price. Yes, for the Pixel 4a, if it's that, I would love it. Daniel Loveker is in the stream. I was going to say in the building. Why? I think that's just something that people say. It's like so-and-so is in the building. Also, by the way, I'm streaming on Twitch. So that's new for today. I'm multi-streaming now, or multi-platform streaming. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, because I can't be loyal to one platform. So I'm doing it on Twitch. No one's ever really responded to Facebook, I think, except once. And I don't know, maybe it'll pick up steam on Twitch, but yeah, I don't know. You never know. Daniel says for a phone-based channel, it's really hard to call it. Yeah, well, it's not that kind of phone-based channel. That's what chats are for. You can chat it in. Doesn't mean I'm going to get to it, but yeah. John Processor has been quiet lately. Has he doubled down? Actually, I should ask you guys this. So I know everyone keeps talking about John Processor, talking about August 3rd. I don't really follow a lot of tech stuff, but has he doubled down on this? Has he went ahead and confirmed again? Or is he, oh yeah, it says here he reiterated a claim. So this is recent then, yes? 22 hours ago. Finally happy to give a final update on the 4A. The last date I gave you is the launch day, August 3rd, 100%. Huh. Well, there you go. Do I have 400 bucks for this phone? God, I hope I have 400 bucks for this phone. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I just dropped money on a TV. Uh I'm like in the process of moving. So I'm like buying all this stuff. I have like a couch lined up. I'm like just trying to see if I have enough money for everything. Okay. Anyway, let me scroll down. God, there's so much stuff in here. Keystone Tech. What up, Keystone Tech? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Okay, guys, I know I want to get through everything. I just don't think I'm gonna have time. Let me get to the super chat though, because Kate with the super chat, I stream a lot of data, watching shows or listening to them while I'm driving. So we have a high data plan. I think you can still figure something out for less than $90 a line. Unless you want to stick with Verizon, unless Verizon is your only, oh, I just $90 is a lot of money. Imagine what you could do with that extra, like, I don't know, $40 even that you would be saving. No, you'd be saving $80 with you and your husband. You would be saving $80 a month. Think what you could do with that extra $80 a month. You could be dropping an $80 super chat. I'm just kidding. Please don't do that. Do not do that. But we should talk. Let me try to help you out, Kate. As one from one Chicagoan to another Chicagoan, let me see if I can help you out there. Okay, Kate. Anyway, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you for that support. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, guys. I know I can't get to everything. Oh wow, there are people replying to me on Facebook, dude. How are you guys, Mohammed Gauss? Am I saying that right? Hey, bro, what's up? What's up, Mohammed? Welcome to the stream. Wow, maybe this multi-platform thing is working. There's also Akshim Sukraj. Am I saying that right? Hey, Akshim, what's going on? Welcome to the stream as well. Okay, guys. Let me make sure I don't miss anyone. Guys, I know there's so many. We'll talk later. We will talk later. If you guys have questions, just please ask me. Alan Sebastian is in here as well. Hey, bro, what's going on, Alan? Welcome to the stream, guys. I'm surprised there are people coming in here from Facebook. Thank you for making it, everybody. Thank you. Alan's asking, what do you think about the ROG 3? I had this, I talked about this on my last stream. I like the ROG 3. I don't know if I would pay the money for the ROG 3, but I love the cooling system on it. I love that the specs are so insane. And I know people don't really care for like the whole like red and like RGB in the back or anything, but I like it. I personally, so I am not a mobile gamer, but I have said this now, and I'll say it again. If I am able to connect an Xbox wireless controller to it, which I know you can, but like the only game I really play is Rocket League. I just want to play Rocket League on my phone. Give me Rocket League on my phone. Let me play it with an Xbox controller. Let me play online competitively on it, and I would rock one of those phones. I would probably test that out. It would make me more inclined to get one. I like the ROG 3, but Alan, to be honest with you, it really depends on the price. It also depends on how much of a gamer you are. Another thing to point out is that phone wouldn't be IP68 dust and water resistant, so you'd have to be very careful with, dropping that phone in water. It's not something that I really ever worry about, but just FYI, that's a con with that phone, but it's a beast of a phone. Although I will also point out that if you are thinking about it, I would take a look at that Lenovo Legion phone. Is it Lenovo? It's Lenovo. The Legion phone, the one that has the side cam, the side pop-up cam. So like the pop-up cam comes up right here. So then you can stream with that. So that's kind of what I think. I don't know too much about the ROG Phone 3, but I did talk about it. Like crazy specs. I just don't know about the price. Or do we know about the price? I think it's going to be expensive. If you're really considering it though, let me know, and maybe I can break that down for you. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Guys, wow, you guys have a lot of questions. Mohammed saying, what do you think of the Nubia Red Magic 3? You know what, Mohammed? I know I've gone through this phone, but I don't know too much about it right now. I don't know the specs offhand. I wish I could sit here and talk about it, but I got to get through these other stories. Maybe for another time, or if you want, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. You guys can find me at Phone Jerome. Same thing. I should have that as a banner. Why do I not have that as a banner? No, I don't. Oh, I do. So you guys can find me there if you want. Try to DM me. I've been so busy lately though, so I don't know if I'm going to get to everybody, but I try. So okay. Guys, I love that you guys are trying to help Kate out. I really appreciate it. Thank you for chiming in there. Kate, just FYI, there are a lot of guys in here who are very tech savvy. So like, I am not the only one that can help you out here. So I appreciate everybody helping out. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. Oh God. Actually says, what about the iPhone XS Max? It's a great phone. Definitely a great phone. It is pricey though. And at this point, 64 gigs of internal storage is just, it's very little storage. I keep running out. I have an iPhone 11 Pro and I love my iPhone 11 Pro. I that was my daily driver until I got my Huawei P40 Pro Plus. But the iPhone XS Max, you're going to be paying a ton of money for that. And at 64 gigs of internal storage, it's a hard price to bite down at. I still recommend the iPhone. I still think it's a great phone at the price. I mean, unless you want that that telephoto, what about the iPhone 11? I know it's not the same phone. I know it's not the same, but like if you're just looking for a great camera and a great processor, not John processor, but a great processor, not that John processor isn't a great person. I'm sure he's fine, but I'm really I'm really working that John processor bit. Maybe an iPhone 11 with more storage would be a better solution than a Max. I don't know though. That really depends, because if you're really big into build quality and stuff like that, that might be something you might want to think about. I don't know. I'm sorry guys. I know I can't get to everyone's I can't get to everyone today. There's a lot of people in here. There's a lot of chat too, so I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Hackney Man is in here. Hackney Man, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I'm not sure what you're saying. Yep, very lucky too, but yes. Yes. Okay. Hackney Man, welcome, man. I bought it for less than the retail value. Oh, so whatever you guys are talking about. Zolfi says, tell me the best camera mobile like Pixel on a budget price. Zolfi, the best advice I can give you if you're looking for a budget price, wait for the Pixel 4a. Wait for the Pixel 4a. If you can't wait for the Pixel 4a, look into a Pixel 3a. That would be my best advice. Or try to get a Pixel 4. I can't recommend a Pixel 4 unless you don't care about the battery. If you don't care about the battery, if you can get a Pixel 4 at a great price, don't pay $800 US for it. But if you can buy a Pixel 4 or a Pixel 4 XL, that's the one I would recommend over that. Although it has battery issues. It's just Google has so many issues right now, but right now for a budget price, I would wait for the Pixel 4a. August 3rd. You just got to wait a week. Wait 1 week, Zolfi. But Zolfi, welcome to the stream. Ruben is in here as well. What up, everyone? Listening in from work as always, using Cricket Wireless and paying $45 with unlimited data. Look at this. Everyone chiming in with their help on phones. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for helping people out here. Okay. Guys, I know I'm not going to get to everything today. I'm so sorry. I want to go ahead. I want to continue on. I do want to appreciate everybody for coming by. Adway says you have a Nintendo Switch. I used to, I sold it, although I would buy one again just because I want one. But yes. Anyway, I do, before I continue on, Brian with the $1 super chat. Brian, thank you so much, man. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you for that support. Guys, thank you for all the support today. Please also, while I'm at it, Brian, again, thank you so much, man. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you being a mod in here and helping out. Real quick, before I continue on, if you guys haven't had a chance, please hit that like button. I know that sounds cheesy, but hitting that like button helps me algorithmically. I think it helps people find the stream, find the chat. For those that are not subscribers, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. I do stream every day, every weekday, Mondays through Fridays at 2 p.m. Central. So please hit that subscribe button if you are not a subscriber. And last but not least, the one thing I want to promote here, and it'll be real quick, if you guys are in the chat and you see people with green in their name, you see a red Chicago star next to their name, that's because they are part of the Phone Jerome fam, and you could be one too for as little as 99 cents a month. With that membership, you will get the red Chicago star next to your name, you'll get to use custom emoji, and you'll get your name in every single one of my intros and outros to my live streams. All you got to do again is click that join button. If you can't find it, you can go to youtube.com/phone Jerome/join. Otherwise, guys, I appreciate all the support either way. I know times are tough. I know that people can't just, shell out money at any given time. So either way, just you guys liking and supporting and just being involved in chat means a lot to me. So let's go on. I do have a lot of stories. I know I can't get to everyone today, and if I can't, we can always chat on other days as well. If chat isn't crazy, I usually try to get to everything. So the one thing I want to talk about as well is it looks like Qualcomm is getting in on this. So Qualcomm is now going to start offering 100-watt charging. So it says here, Qualcomm's 100-watt charging scheme. Why are they calling it a scheme? Will go from 0 to 50 in 5 minutes. Qualcomm is calling it the world's fastest commercial charging solution. So just to give a little background here, Qualcomm isn't the first to offer 100-watt charging. We've now heard about Oppo and Vivo, and I don't know, all the other ones that are offering even faster than 100 watts, right? Is it 125 or whatever? But they're talking about charging your phone in like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I think 20 minutes to charge a 4,000 milliamp hour battery phone, which is ridiculous. My Huawei P40 Pro Plus, I don't know why I don't have it here. I normally have it on my desk. My Huawei P40 Pro Plus that has a 4,200 milliamp hour battery, that it has a 40-watt charger, and it takes me about an hour and 7 or 8 minutes to charge from a completely dead battery at 0% to 100%, which I think is incredibly fast already. But to have even something at 100 watts, 125 watts, charge your phone in 15 to 20 minutes, or here where it's saying it's going to charge it to 0 to 50% in 5 minutes, is ridiculously fast. Sorry, I almost hit something there. That is to me, I think, is a game changer in a way, because then people don't need to charge their phones overnight anymore. You charge your phone when you go take a shower. For me, that's my ultimate scenario, to have a phone that charges from whatever it's at to 100% while I take a shower. And when I get out of my shower, the phone is completely charged and I can go about my day. And then I don't have to charge my phone again for 2-3 days. That's how it is with my Huawei P40 Pro Plus now, not in the shower thing, but like I only charge my phone every 2 or 3 days because the battery is so big on it. So let's see. It looks like, at least for me, I feel like this is what everyone is trying to do now. You see everyone talking about super fast charging, and Qualcomm's about to step up and do it as well. So this is going to be Quick Charge 5, world's fastest commercial charging solution. Why are they calling it the world's fastest when we already have other companies saying they're going to do it faster? In the constantly incremental march of technology, it's not often you get to call something, quote, revolutionary, but Qualcomm's Quick Charge 5 just might be that. The new quick charging scheme promises to fully charge your phone in just 15 minutes and go from 0 to 50% charge in 5 minutes. When the battery is under 50%, it will go up 1 percentage point every 6 seconds. That is ridiculous. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Qualcomm is calling it the world's fastest commercial charging solution, and it will probably charge how you charge your phone, and it will probably change how you charge your phone. Qualcomm's eye-popping numbers are based on a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. Wow. So 100 watt charger, 4,500 milliamp hour battery, 0 to 50% in 5 minutes, and then 15 minutes to complete it 100%. That's ridiculous. Quick Charge 5 will also support USB power delivery right here. So it should be able to charge even larger electronics at full speed. That's awesome. Qualcomm makes a big deal out of the branding, but really, as a USB power delivery programmable power supply device, it should be able to negotiate the correct power and charge many non-Qualcomm Quick Charge 5 devices at top speed. There's actually nothing limiting this to a USB cable either. Wireless quick charging is also supported. The most important feature of Quick Charge 5 over other fast charging solutions is that it will be widespread. Lately, we've seen similar high-power charging announcements from companies like Oppo or Xiaomi's experimental 100-watt solution last year, but Qualcomm's tech, since it's from Qualcomm, will actually see a wide commercial rollout. Okay, that makes sense. I get that. This is, after all, how Qualcomm works. Everybody needs a Qualcomm modem, so you might as well buy the Qualcomm SoC2 since it integrates with Qualcomm's modem. Did I just read the same line again? Since it integrates the best with Qualcomm's modem. Okay, I got it. Quick Charge has been one of my favorite features of modern smartphones for the past few years, and with Quick Charge 5, we're definitely hitting the point where user behavior around charging will change. When your phone fully charges in 15 minutes, it stops being something you do overnight, exactly what I said, and starts being something you can do that you can just do while you make your morning coffee. I was hoping he was going to say taking a shower. Qualcomm says Quick Charge 5 chips called the SMB 1396 and 1398 are currently sampling and should appear in commercial devices in Q3 of 2020. Yeah, I feel like phones that are going to start coming out now, if they don't offer faster charging, I think they're going to start falling behind. I think it's going to come to the point where people are going to say, well, my phone charges this gigantic battery in 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Why is it taking this other phone now an hour and 25 minutes to charge? This might be a game changer if they are able to do this properly and not. We've talked about this before. The fear here is, while it charges super fast, right? Like powerfully, like incredibly fast, the fear here is, how bad is it going to degrade the battery? Is it going to degrade the battery? And I think that's something we're not going to really know until later down the road. But I've also made this argument. The fact that these phones have gotten so big in terms of its battery, the fact that I'm only charging my phone every 2 or 3 days, I feel like it might even out, even if it does degrade the battery a bit. So, okay, let me get back into chat here. Let me just kind of go through a couple chats here or there. Okay. Kate says, in the UK, they often call plans schemes. Thank you. I didn't know that. See, now I know. I do have a big international crowd here as well, so I'm assuming they're thinking the same thing. Yeah, Tony says, I'd be curious about the long-term effects on battery degradation on such high capacity chargers. I feel funny about using this Warp Charge 30T. It's blazing fast, but I'm worried. And I totally agree. You have a right to be worried about it. I feel the same way. I don't know how long or how good these batteries will perform a year from now or 2 years from now. But I guess at the same time, I don't own phones for that long. So, but I know for a lot of other people, yeah, it's definitely something to think about. Keystone Tech says, I'm buying one. What are you talking about? The Pixel 4a? If you are, I am too. I am too, for sure. Paul says, made a donation on Patreon for your new place. I hope it helps with your interior. Paul, man, thank you. Paul, you didn't have to. Paul, thank you, man. I don't know how those notifications work, but I will check that. Paul, thank you so much. Thank you for that support, guys. Everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate it, really. I'm looking forward to moving, and I think I'm gonna even just make like a move-in video and kind of give you guys just a scope of a lot of stuff is coming down the pipeline. I know I always say that, but yeah. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you. Oddweight says, isn't crazy fast charging going to kill the battery? It'll be quite painful to get the batteries replaced. Yeah, I know you guys are really, I mean, I think this is everyone's fear for batteries that charge that super fast. I totally see it. Yeah, Big House says, I see your battery going bad months sooner with a 100-watt charger. Senor says, isn't there a new or different material or something out there that they can use for phone batteries that can withstand more heat? Graphene, I think, right? Graphene? Am I saying that right? I don't know. Maybe I'm tweaking, but I remember seeing something about that. No, you're not wrong. Graphene batteries is like the future, but I have no idea when that's actually going to become a thing. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, let me scroll down. Brian's asking, Keystone, are you getting the getting 3 iPhone 12 variants? Or he's saying Pixel 5? I don't know. Deepak says, here in Europe, we're unfortunate with the Exynos chips on Galaxy phones. Yeah, so all the Note phones, right, are going to have, all the Note 20 phones are going to have Exynos. Actually, can I ask a question? If you imported a Galaxy Note 20 to the UK or to Europe, and it used the Snapdragon chipset, could you use that? Or are the bands completely different and you wouldn't get the most data or the best bandwidth, or you know what I mean, out of it? I'm curious how that works, because people import a lot of phones overseas to the States. My Huawei P40 Pro Plus, I don't think was really meant to be a phone to be used in the States, but it works fine for me. I'm just like, couldn't you import a Galaxy Note 20 to Europe and use the Snapdragon one? Or is that too expensive? I'm sure there are a lot of things that can happen with that. Yeah, Senor says graphene. That's it. I remember seeing an article suggesting it, and all the companies were like, "Now we good." I guess graphene is mad expensive. That's why nobody has adapted it yet. And I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure that's part of the reason as well. Keystone Tech says, "My fault. I'm talking about the charger." Oh, yeah, getting the super fast chargers, right? I mean, you got to make sure you have phones that are capable of using it as well. So yeah. Anyway, okay, guys, let's go on. So I had an article about Telegram. I actually wanted to talk about Telegram's updates. I might start doing that, but there's just too much to go to talk about right now. I do want to talk about. Oh man, I have less than 10 minutes. Okay, what am I going to talk about here? Oh, here, we're going to talk about deals since we're talking about saving money. For anybody who's interested in a phone who might not know this, on B&H Photo right now, you can get a ZTE Axon 10 Pro. It's a dual SIM phone, 256 gigs of internal storage, 12 gigs of RAM for $330. I feel like, so I don't know much about this phone, but I feel like that's a really good deal for what this phone can give you. So this phone is using a Snapdragon 855 chipset. Again, 12 gigs of RAM. This is the North American variant. It says here 256 gigs of internal storage. If I remember correctly, these Axon phones have dual front-facing stereo speakers. So it has amazing stereo speakers on it. Anyway, it says here the Axon 10 Pro 256 gig from ZTE features advanced technologies that focus on nearly, this sounds like marketing talk, but it says here from high-end gaming, photography, dual speaker sound. So it does. It all starts with the display, a huge, bright 6.47-inch FHD plus AMOLED, 92% screen to body ratio. It offers 4K video, and it has a triple array camera in the back. So a Snap 855, Adreno 650 graphics or GPU. It even has wow, okay, it even has expandable storage, so you could put up to 2 terabytes via a micro SD card. So it works with GSM, 4G LTE networks. Right, it's not going to have 5G or anything on it, but it looks like a really good deal for $330. So this deal from B&H Photo is, it looks like there's 8 hours left in here. Again, I don't know too much about this phone, so like, please don't flame me if it is not the best phone in the world, but I feel like with an 855 chipset, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of internal storage at $330, I think that's not a bad deal at all. So anyway, just thought I'd share that. I do have this other article though that Team Varai actually shared with me, and I thought I would talk about it because I don't know much about these either. So if anybody wants to chime in, please feel free to chime in. But this article from Notebook Check, I think this is also where I got the article on John Processor stuff, but says here the Nokia 8.3, 7.3, and 6.3 all draw closer to release. So looks like 3 new phones from Nokia coming out. And if I remember correctly, Nokia phones come with stock Android, which makes me want to buy one because I really appreciate stock Android. But it says here HMD Global is set to launch a bunch of smartphones in the coming months. Of the lot, the Nokia 2.4, 6.3, 7.3, 8.3 have all been spotted on certification websites, with the first 3 likely slated to be launched in the US and Canada. Oh, okay. So for the US, I didn't know that. So last we heard the 6.3, 7.3, and 9.3 PureView could potentially be delayed until Q1 of 2021. So what kind of specs do these phones have? Because I don't know anything about them. So these guys are talking just these are like comments in here, but I don't. So this isn't even telling me what kind of specs are in here. For anyone that's for anyone that knows, actually, for the Nokia 9.3 PureView, so this Nokia 9.3 PureView is their like top end phone, right? Is that their flagship phone? Is this going to have like the Snapdragon 865 in it? Is it going to have 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs at least of internal storage? And like, what is their camera configuration like? Because I know nothing about it. I wish they had more info on it. There's just, I don't think that's here. And I don't think, see, this doesn't have anything in here except like, yeah, there's nothing in here except just what's coming, like what kind of radios and stuff are on it. So I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Okay. Anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. Thought I'd talk about it for a second. Maybe I'll do some homework or some research and read more about this phone and figure out what else is on there. But we might as well, since we got 5 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk about the OnePlus Nord. I wanna go into this because there was this article here that actually Android Authority made that said that they tested the OnePlus Nord when it comes to sustained performance, and it looked like it beat the OnePlus 7T Pro, which I was very surprised to read. So I kind of went through this, and they did a quick like benchmarking on it, and you'll see the OnePlus Nord is right here. So the higher score, the better, right? So you know it's very low when it comes to these other phones, and you'll see the OnePlus 7T Pro is up here. The OnePlus 8 Pro is like super high compared to where the OnePlus Nord is at, and that isn't really surprising. I would have figured as much for a phone at that price point with not a Snapdragon 865 chipset. So it says here, as expected, it doesn't keep up. By far, the biggest disparity is in graphics performance. So this is more for people who are gaming, who are maybe more inclined to use the phone for gaming. I don't think it really makes that much of a difference when you're using your phone just in general, like just normal social media apps, texting, browsing the web, maybe watching something on YouTube. But I think if you're gaming, that's really where it's going to like hit. That's really where you're going to feel it. So, so there's something here that they're calling sustained performance, and I'm not really sure how that works, but it's saying, how does this work here? While these classic benchmarks provide a good snapshot of a phone's performance, they don't reveal how a handset handles heat and stress in the long run. Sustained performance is important if you fancy a 30-minute or longer gaming session. We turn to our in-house Speed Test G benchmark for a fine-grained look at performance over time. We previously noted the OnePlus 8 Pro offers exceptional sustained performance. Can the Nord do the same? And so this graph says here that lower scores are faster. So this black, in the black here is where the OnePlus Nord is at. And if this is the lower score, so these two marks up here in purple are the OnePlus 7 Pro and the OnePlus 7T Pro. So it looks like that sustained performance is pretty similar to where the ZTE Axon 11 is. And it doesn't even have, well, the OnePlus 8 Pro. Oh, I'm so sorry. So no, the lower scores are on the top here. So sustained performance is, so that's why the OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro are up here. It just does so much better when it comes to sustained performance. But I guess overall it says the answer is a resounding yes. The OnePlus Nord is highly consistent across both CPU and GPU benchmarks over a full 4 hours and 30 minutes of testing. The OnePlus Nord only really drops performance once the battery dips below 5%. It's also worth noting that both the 7 Pro and 7T Pro see a slight gradual reduction in CPU performance over time. This is likely a result of heat buildup that doesn't happen with the Nord or the OnePlus 8 Pro. So I don't know if that's just like upgraded performance with the Snapdragon 765G chipset. Maybe that's something that Qualcomm has figured out, you know, with the evolution of its chipset, which is good to know. But maybe that really only matters if you're going to be gaming for 4 hours straight. And maybe you do. I mean, I don't. When I use my phone, I pick it up. I use it for maybe 10 or 15 minutes max, unless I'm watching a video. Otherwise, I'm not on my phone like that much. So it says here, the Nord, by comparison, retains its peak CPU and GPU performance for virtually the entirety of the test, hinting at either a cooler internal layout or a design choice to keep the GPU ever so slightly more reserved in order to prolong the overall system performance, which is that's a great thing, right? Oops, I didn't mean to switch that. It's good to know that like you can use this phone, you can like pretty much max it out and it will keep its performance throughout the cycle of its battery. I mean, I don't think we could ask for anything more when it comes to getting the most out of your phone. So when it comes to performance and chipset features, the OnePlus Nord certainly won't disappoint OnePlus fans. I have really, honestly, I've heard nothing but good things about the Nord, which really upsets me that I can't get one here in the States. So this article from Review Geek says the OnePlus Nord review, is this the sinking of the flagship phone? I my brain couldn't comprehend what that meant at first, but like I think they just mean like, could the Nord sink the flagship phones? Could it be better than, like could it be the demise of the flagship phones? And they pretty much, this article pretty much talked about how good the Nord is, how well it performs, even that the cameras like have the same camera setup as the OnePlus 8. And then I think towards the end here, it says how well does it work. And because again, guys, I'm running late here, so I'm just gonna kind of just do a quick synopsis. But I'll finish it off with this here. It says, so let's look at it. So let's look at it this way. The OnePlus Nord is certainly an inexpensive handset for around $600. And I believe the $600 is if you're buying the 12 gig version with 256 gigs of internal storage, you're getting a really attractive handset that performs well and has a bunch of features that you'd expect from a flagship phone. The camera's great, definitely stands out against other mid-range handsets. However, I just can't help but feel there are plenty of alternatives out there that can do pretty much everything the Nord can, which I'm glad that they said that. Sure, you might have 8 gigs of RAM instead of the Nord's 12 gigs or half the storage space, but in reality, I don't think these are things you'd necessarily want to pay double the price for if this phone carried a flagship price. I mean, most casual smartphone users won't notice the difference an extra 4 gigs of RAM actually makes. All that said, I do really like the OnePlus Nord at a mid-range price point. With the specs it carries across the board, I'd say it's a great handset and worthy of your investment. It looks good. It works very well. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I'm not sure if OnePlus have sunk the flagship phone with the Nord, but the torpedoes are definitely aimed squarely at the flagship market for the next in the Nord series. So this is kind of how I want to close this off. This OnePlus Nord, I think it's very impressive. I think I really have to see how the camera performs on it, but I think overall, I think it's a great overall package at the price point. Not a $600 price point, but at like a $400-ish price point, I think it's a great package. I think the state we're in right now when it comes to phones is I think the $400 to $500 price point is that really sweet spot where people are willing to pay that much for a phone. With that being said, the competition is going to be really good here. This is why I'm very excited for this phone. Not this phone, just the market in general. The iPhone SE is going to have to up their game when they release a new iPhone SE. The Pixel 4a, I think, is going to be a great phone if they can price it at $350, but they're going to have to up their game again next year. My question for all of these phones, like the Nord, for example, OnePlus is working on their next Nord like iteration, right? They're going to be coming out with a phone that will probably be available globally. So people here in the States are going to get it. And I think if they can put all of this together again and put it in a great package, I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be competitive. But my question is, are they going to raise the price? This is what I am tired of. So like, this is all new for a lot of us. They keep bringing these phones in like a $400 price point, $500 price point, which is great. But can they keep it at that price point? Can they do it where it, like, for example, if the Pixel 4a is going to be priced at $350 for the next 2 or 3 years, can they keep that price between $350 to $400? Can they keep it there? This OnePlus Nord, if it comes to the States at like $400-ish, can they keep it under $500? Because I say 400, but I know that it's going to come to the States at probably a $500 price point, which then again would make me really wonder if it's worth the money. There might be better phones than at the price. My question, like I said, is these mid-range phones that are coming out at this price point, can they keep it at this price point? Or will they eventually say, no, $400 or they'll say $550, $600 is the new 400, is the new 450. And that's where I don't want it to go. Or are they going to just now build a new segment that fills in that gap again? Hopefully not. I'm tired of seeing these companies bump the price up $25, $35, $45 every iteration, because look at where we're at right now. No, we're talking about these high flagship phones that are $1,000, that are $1,200, that are $1,400. God forbid, I paid $1,300 for my Huawei P40 Pro Plus. If they make a P50 Pro Plus that is still going to be like as exceptional as what I have right now, and they price that at $1,500, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind. I want to buy the next iPhone 12 Pro that comes out, but I think Brian even brought it up to me that for the iPhone 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max, I think the 12 Pro Max might offer something additional. So now it's forcing me to buy the 12 Pro Max instead. And the fact is, are they going to just, well, they're probably not going to have 64 gigs of internal storage anymore, but I'm getting spoiled. I'm getting spoiled with my Huawei P40 Pro Plus because that has 512 gigs of internal storage. And who knows how much an iPhone 12 Pro Max with 512 gigs of internal storage is going to cost. That's going to be like, what, $1,700 or something ridiculous. It's going to be too expensive. I really don't know what the current 11 Pro Max price is out at, but I don't know. I just don't know if I could be spending all that money on phones just because I want more storage. These manufacturers need to keep their prices in check. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Man, I talked a lot today. I know I didn't have a lot of time to go through all of chat today, and I'm sorry about that. And I feel like I'm losing my voice at this point because it was a lot of talking. But guys, I think that's it for our hour here. I do want to go through chat real quick just to make sure, I get a little chat in here and say hi and bye to everybody. But let me scroll up a bit here. So, okay, and I know a lot of you guys are talking to each other, which is great, and I love that. I love that you guys are able to do that. Senor says, I fell off with Apple a while ago. My 3+ year phone for me was the OnePlus 3T. I owned a OnePlus 3T. Only switched phones because I was too lazy to buy the parts to fix it. Tony says, Joshua Vergara's camera review on the Nord has footage of the 4K front camera video. It looked very grainy to me and not good. Maybe it was his editing, maybe, but like it, Tony, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. OnePlus, I guess I have to like reserve my feelings for it because all I know because I've owned the OnePlus 3, the 3T, the 5, the 5T, the 6, and the 6T. Those are the ones I've owned. I haven't owned anything since then, but with all those phones, I have tested those cameras thoroughly. And even though they're pretty good, they're still not great. And I know people keep telling me, Jerome, no, the 8 Pro is different. The 8 Pro is like phenomenal. And like, I want to believe it, but I guess even with these, like the Nord or the 8 in general, I don't know how good those are going to be. Something that I would have to look into, but I would need to buy the phone. So, okay. So, geez, Senor became a new YouTube member. Dude, thank you so much, man. Thank you for joining the Phone Jerome fam. Thank you for supporting, man. I appreciate that so much. Now you'll get the green in your name, and I will add you. I will add your name to the intros and outros to every single one of my live streams. Feel free to use all the emoji. You got the Chicago Star one there. I know the Chicago Star one. I'm very biased because it's like my city or whatever. But I appreciate you supporting. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. Let me just go through some of this, the rest of this chat in here. Oddwade's saying, but now I need a reliable phone that does the job. I'm not exactly sure where you guys are at, where you're talking about it, but I agree with everything you guys are saying. Deepak says $1,000 to $1,200 phones are becoming madness. It is. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. Salwang says OnePlus front camera video always zooms in the face for some weird reason. And you know what? My guess is that OnePlus will update that eventually. Everyone keeps talking about how OnePlus likes to update their software later on, which is great. I'm glad to hear that. But why haven't they just updated it so it's like pretty good to go right at the beginning? You know, it's a little weird to me. I don't know if that's like their plan or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. Senor says, shout from Gage Park. Oh, dude. Now I gotta now I gotta say the name. No, I don't. I don't want to get. I don't know how if I'm gonna get demonetized, or I wonder how that works when it comes to like. Yeah, no, it's the same thing. Whatever. I will eventually. Not right now. I've been very clean today. You probably don't know this, Senor, but like before, so like I swear a lot. My streams have always been very heavy when it comes. Like I really don't censor myself. But last month, uh, 16 of like 20 streams got demonetized because like I just wouldn't stop swearing. So I told myself that I would like calm it down, and I've been very good about that. Anyway, please know that I do appreciate your support. And with that being said, I appreciate everyone's support. I love that you're from Gage Park too, man. Thank you for sharing that. Always nice, always nice. Okay, guys. Before I go, I want to thank everybody again. Thank you guys for liking. If you guys have not done so, hit that like button. I do stream weekdays at 2 p.m. Central, so please hit that subscribe button if you want to be part of this whole like weekday thing. Joining me here in the chat. I want to thank everyone for super chatting today, for being new members, for my current patrons and Patreons, for being for the current YouTube members. Guys, thank you so much. Also, real quick, FYI, I am in the middle of a move right now. I am packing. I'm also working on the side. I do have a number of clients that I do work for. So like I'm trying to juggle everything at once, but I'm trying to get all of this out. And once I move, things will be better. But because I'm moving this Thursday and this Friday, I might not be streaming. Well, Friday for sure, I might not be streaming. Friday for sure, I won't be streaming. But I might try to have something for you, even if it's just me talking about some kind of tech, just so you can like, and I'll have it like premiere at 2 p.m. So it feels like we're still streaming in a way. Maybe I'll premiere it so you guys can chat if you guys want to chat, and it'll be like an offload kind of like TNT Joe-Fi. If anything, I'll try to do the same for Thursday as well. It just depends on my time. So anyway, guys, with that being said, I want to thank you so much for joining. Come back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. We'll do it all over again. Otherwise, that's it from me for today. I am playing the outro. Come back tomorrow. See you soon, guys. Here's my obligatory wave. Here's the transition. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.